Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Tangledeep Dawn of Dragons, or hopefully this episode is going to be a little bit more coherent than some of them have been in the past. I have, unfortunately, due to circumstances, some of which you heard a little bit in the last episode, basically been in a position a lot this week to be like, well, either I record while sleep deprived or I just don't record at all. But today I am bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to do a good job for once in my miserable life. So let's do it. I don't even know what we're doing. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what we were doing, because I was, as I mentioned, pretty sleep-deprived and really out of it at the end of the last episode. Let us view the rumors. Ah, yes, that's right. Apple Can's Apple Can. I remember this. Okay, so we're going up to Ancient Ruins 12, because there's stuff to do. Sorry, we're going to Stonehewn Halls 12 first. We may as well get this out of the way, right? Actually, where does this portal go? We'll go to wherever this portal takes us first. Okay, so Stonehewn Halls. I do hate the Ancient Ruins. I would like to go up Stonehewn Halls. But we'll knock this out, then go over and do these, then we'll come back and walk up Stonehewn. The design of the Ancient Ruins is so frustrating. I mean, the game needs to have... first of all, obviously, there's some procedural generation going on that's always going to make things kind of tricky. But also, the game needs to have lots of areas where you can, like, break line of sight and stuff, so I get the value... Ooh, shouldn't stand in that. I get the value of... I'm going to actually turn the audio down very slightly. Hold on a second. I get the value of the corridors and everything, but it's just a little too much. Okay, we certainly don't want to go up to 13, we just want to find this Viper and smash the hell out of it. Also, I know that I complain, I would say maybe a fair amount, or perhaps even an unfair amount, about some of the things in this game. Just to be clear, first of all, I'm definitely more negative about things when I'm tired, but just to be clear, I think this game's really good, and even right now, I'm having a moment here, hearing the music and everything, and being like, oh yeah, Tangledeep's great. Do you remember how great Tangledeep is? To be perfectly honest, the negativity might be like the #1 reason that I should try not to record while tired. Yeah, this might be a good time for Shadowstock. I haven't really gotten to try this out yet too much. Also, man, I love having a weapon that has 4 range. So he just conjured a bunch of toads over there in the lava, which seems like a really weird decision to make. Hopefully this'll, Enemies don't seem to be attacking the images. Oh, I'm paralyzed. Well, we have some options there. Triple Bolt's not going to help us very much. I have dice. It's not great. Okay, we have a lot of stuff going on, actually. A lot of enemies have shown up all of a sudden. What's my hand right now? It's just high card? Yeah, sure, let's just high card somebody. Oh, you know what? It's definitely just going to hit a summoned toad. That feels like a real waste. Try to get rid of a couple of these enemies before I get terribly overwhelmed. Fortunately, our pet is still, like, wildly overpowered relative to what we're facing here. He can carry us through a little bit. I also cleared out our inventory. You accumulate so much garbage in this game. And unfortunately, it's not like... If all of the loot was garbage, it would almost be better, because then you could feel comfortable just going, okay, I'm going to sell everything in my inventory. I rarely feel that way. So I'll sell all the unequipped commons with a single command, and then I will go through everything else one by one. And it's a real bummer, man. Okay, you got him. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I'm not doing something stupid here. Yes, the Savage Rock Viper is just in Stone Halls 12. He is not in another floor that is near Stonehewn 12. He's out here somewhere. We're going to ignore... Oh, that's him. That's our guy. Well, that's a fire. Feels like we shouldn't stand in the fire. If there's one thing I have learned about video games from my hundreds and hundreds of hours, actually, I hope I never find out how many hours, of playing World of Warcraft. It's that you should not stand in the fire. Wow. I mean, granted, that was against an illusion enemy, so there's bonus damage there, but still, that's a very large number that our pet just dealt. Do we want to... you know what? I'm going to wild card here, just so that we can get our hand clear. Because it would be really nice to be able to start drawing a new hand. Also, I suppose it would be nice to not be at very, very low health. Oh, that's right. No, I do not want to do this. I want to eat a turkey leg. Oh man, I really do, actually. That sounds great. Alright, so we're done here. Those stairs go up to the Bandit Enclave, which we cleared already. Okay, yeah, so let's just head back to town and then take the other direction up from the branch. And I suppose maybe spend some of these job points. Because our portrait is telling us that that is a thing we could do. Alright, Eagle Eye is a skill we probably will never use. It's probably not going to live on the bar. And then we have 545 job points to go. And we may as well check. He says he has new stuff. Fish, chicken dinner, yeah. Vigorous Draught is not very good. Draft, probably. You know, Lightning Brew. Explosives are good. Reduces monster aggression chance. We don't really use these items very much. I think the problem with Camouflage Perfume is that a lot of the time, by the time you know you could have needed it, it's already too late. The monsters are already locked on you. But I guess that's going to be less true for us now, because we're not going to wear heavy armor. Let's try that. My experience messing with the armor weight system to try to avoid attracting enemy attention with previous characters has been that it doesn't actually matter very much. Enemies always know where you are and they come after you no matter what kind of armor you're wearing. Sorry, this is Stone Hue. But I don't know, maybe they've adjusted the balance of that. Maybe there actually is a noticeable amount of stealth when using other armor types now. Also, you know what? I think we may have skipped the casino, because the casino's usually in the 6 to 12 area, isn't it? It's like around floor 9 a lot. So we might want to go back and clear that up. Just let these spaces get struck by lightning or not before we head up here. Okay, well, we've managed to put together a real garbage hand here. We have a pair. You know, Sharp Eyes is not a terrible skill, honestly. Okay, so he is weak against lightning. We don't really have a lot of lightning yet. We're really reliant on our Wild Child abilities to pick up some of the stuff we're looking for. Okay, so this is the real one. I'm going to roll the bones here. It turns out Ice Dart's pretty bad against a bunch of water elementals. Maybe wild cards? Maybe I should have done that first. And then I'm going to eat something as well, because we're maybe in a small amount of danger. Let's say an ice cream sundae. Okay, most of the enemies are not attacking me for reasons that are not clear to me. So I guess let's just hit the boss. Boy, I really do not deal very much damage. Oh wait, now I'm shooting at illusions. Actually, he's disappeared. I have no idea where he's gone. Because these are all illusions, right? These all have the extended vulnerability. So he must have moved up here when he created the last set of illusions. Yeah, here we go. We do not have such good single target focus damage. Okay, we do have triple bolt. Okay, it went off eventually. I really don't want to stand in that. Okay. Well, that was a little tedious. So one of these things we're going up into another area. Okay, there is a Stalker nest. There's also Magma chamber. So neither of the things that we're looking for are actually on this floor. What we're really looking for is stairs. To be clear, like about the sleep deprivation issue, some of it, these are the wrong stairs. These are the worst possible stairs. Some of it is circumstances, but also some of it is just I have never had an easy time keeping to a sleep schedule. You know what? we're gonna come back, because the other rumor is the one, yeah, that doesn't let me use my flask. I want to get this out of the way. Also, the rewards from that are considerable. So we'll come back. We have to come back this way anyway to get to the stairs. Provided that we want to. Ah, man. Stupid random charm. Yeah, I've just always had trouble, like, getting to sleep. Like, to the degree that if I am not... If some part of my brain is not ready to sleep, I can literally just lay in bed and stare at the ceiling for hours and hours and hours. And every couple of years, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try getting on a 9 to 5 like the rest of the grown-up world. Let's see if this issue is worked out yet. And no, it turns out, as of last attempt, no. So it poses a real problem with certain kinds of jobs. I had a job briefly working for an automotive company because I live in Southeast Michigan. That's all the jobs are either in the automotive industry or in support industries for the automotive industry. And it's terrifying. It's terrifying to drive a car. First of all, I don't like driving under any circumstances. Driving is one of those things where, like, you can... It's more difficult than people give it credit for, and it's complicated, and you can get into situations where you do literally everything right and then potentially still die because someone else on the road didn't feel like doing everything right. And I am super conscious of that every single moment I'm behind the wheel. So I never want to be driving a car in the first place. Those must be our stairs. There we are. But secondly, trying to drive a car, like driving a car for your 9 to 5, collecting telemetry data for you know, all the weird things that the car companies are starting to do now with automation. Absolutely terrifying when you can't necessarily guarantee that you will have slept beforehand. Like, very unsafe. I did that job for like a couple of weeks and I was like, oh, this is actually completely non-viable. I will say this, though. They had me driving a very fancy, extremely expensive car, and in a sense, that made the stress of it 1,000 times worse, but also it was a pretty cool car. I'm not a car guy, which is like a heretical thing to say around here, but it was a neat car, for sure. Probably we're still trying to pick up defenses. I think our actual, like, auto attack damage is pretty alright. We're not taking a ton of damage either, and I do so want to be able to kill people. I suppose... There's also some value in picking up some more Guile, because Guile boosts your crit chance. We have lots of crit damage from our swiftness, but I'm going to pick up some more Discipline. And I mean, while we're here, we may as well clear this place out, right? Because I think the Stalker Nest is only a single floor, and we'll get a bunch of job points for finishing it. I'm moving around and picking stuff up too quickly to notice if it's telling me how many monsters are left. Sometimes these side areas will give you notifications. Okay, that was a lot of job points earned in a very short period of time. Also, we got a hammer. I'm so glad I have this. Now I'm going to hammer in the morning, I'm going to hammer in the evening. Alright, so now we have a wolf companion ability. Let's summon our spirit wolf. Let's have a look at him. Made of pure flow. Fights by our side and he slows enemies, and also he's just adorable. I do kind of wish he had more health. What's the cooldown on this? Okay, and the cooldown starts ticking immediately, so we can resummon him as soon as he dies. I have no idea what he scales with, like how we can actually improve his effectiveness. But he'll be a welcome addition. One more thing for the enemies to shoot at. Ow, stupid snake, stop biting and rooting me. I had to say, those snakes are probably one of the most dangerous things in this area, just because I'm pressing buttons so much. I'm just like, you know, mashing the walk keys. almost always just walk right into them and let them capture me, and then I'm held in place, but I'm still pressing the walk keys because my brain hasn't registered that I'm held in place yet, so I'm skipping my turn. I do think that's kind of a questionable design decision, to have attempting to do something that you can't do spend a turn instead of just telling you, hey, that's a thing that's not available to you at this moment. Perhaps do something else. Alright, let's knock out the magma chamber. So he wants us to bring him back a piece of orichalcum, and he's going to do a thing for us. I don't think there's almost no chance that we use any of the stuff he might make for us, because the armor he would make for us is heavy. I don't know, we'll still do it. So the thing we're looking for is on floor 2 of the magma chamber, and frankly, I don't feel that there's a lot of reason for us to try real hard to clear floor 1. Let's just find the stairs and get out of here, right? We have lots of other places to be. Also, I want to do some job trials. I want to get an emblem. A lot of places to be that are not a pit full of magma. We could make some extra money here by just going around and gathering gems, but, like, who needs money? Honestly, by about floor 10 on your first character, you have infinite cash, so anything that is primarily value motivated in this game is just feels a little silly. That said, if we're just walking past the rocks anyway, we may as well mine them. Okay, well that was a dead end. It just brought us back to where we were going. Or where we came from, rather. I would love to get to where we're going. Who knows how long that'll take. So the thing we're looking for is just it's the Pandora's box. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and open it. I suppose it won't kill us to get one more. Alright, we got a Lucid Orb of Wasting, and we've acquired an apple can. Legendary consumable. Huh. You know, that sounds pretty good. What does it actually do? I've definitely had this item before. Permanently infuse and extend your healing flask's duration by 1 turn. Oh! Yeah, that's just 20% more healing out of our flask forever. That was definitely worth going in here for. Alright, we may as well find the orichalcum over here. I am just walking in lava. Oops. That's the wrong button. There we go, that's the thing I wanted. Resistant to... Okay, so our water elemental is going to tear this dude apart. We also do have an ice shot we may as well use here. Yeah, that did okay damage. And actually, the extra turn of flask recovery means that we're getting more out of the choices we made with our flask infusions, because I chose the ones that give a benefit over time instead of the ones that give you a flat boost right when you drink the thing. Wait, did we walk past it already, maybe? Did he kill my pet? He did kill my pet. These guys are a little bit annoying. They're not so bad when they have very little health. When you run into a champion version of them, it's actually totally sucks. Well, I guess there is still a big area in the middle that we haven't looked at. I did not realize how large this floor was. Is that it? Okay, there we go. I do wish that it had a unique icon. The fact that it looks just like a common type of gem that also drops in here. So it feels a little dumb to me. Yeah, like that. It's one of those, you know? Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. I think I'm remembering that we don't get a job point bonus for completing this, but let's make sure that we at least give it a shot. So actually, we can only see one enemy right now. I guess let's go kill it and find out. There's a champion up here who somehow we missed. That's... You know what? I'm not going around. I won't do it. Oh, this... We never actually killed this champion. It escaped. I really hate this guy. Any chance you could just, like, yeah, take some damage and die there, please? Alright, so with that, I think we have fully explored the area and we've killed everything. Yeah, so you just don't get job completion points on this one. Oh well. You certainly can't say that we have been short on sources of job points. Where are we relative to the exit? Okay, we may as well just wrap around through the unexplored territory. Who knows? Maybe there are some, yeah, I was going to say, some fountains to drink from. One big advantage of the 4-range longbow is that you are outside the attack range of a lot of enemies. So they have to spend time closing in on you while you are picking at them. But also, the enemy AI is kind of bad. Bad is not maybe fair. It's probably doing exactly what the creator intended it to do. We don't need any of these things. I'm definitely not going to wear the armor. I guess let's take a sword. We should have, we need to have a melee weapon. At least in theory. No, we really don't. Boy, I don't know. Armor? We'll take the orichalcum mail and throw it in the bank, because I think we died with our other set of orichalcum mail on us. So we may as well have that banked for a future character, right? And then I don't really want to... We may as well step up to the next floor. Because I want to see if if we're going to get one of these interstitial floors. Cook ourselves up some campfire meat. And then we'll head back to town and take the other branch. Also, the day might advance when we step in here, which would be useful. It didn't. Alright, free crossbow. Now we're getting out of here. You know, he's right. We probably should further master our job. Chicken dinner-loving guardian sphere in the ancient ruins. Ooh, lightning touched is probably a pretty good lucid orb. Yeah, as much as I don't want to go up there. Ancient Ruins 14 would give us a woodland jerkin of illusion. You know, that is probably medium armor that is better than what we have right now. And the frozen research alcove is Old Amber Station 7. Well, we should go ahead and do that, even though it's kind of a tedious thing. So, where are we at on job points right now? We have enough for the first class trial. Oh, sorry, hold on. I'm going to have to... we can also do some weapon mastery stuff. I'm going to have to turn off these manually. Turn that on. And then he'll deal with the pet. Yes, this should be good enough. I want to face a job trial. First one's nice and easy. First, unequip all passives. I did. Oh, I have to turn off poker player too. You could just unequip the passives for me. Yes, just enter it without the pet, obviously. Okay. Control. Let's get my spirit wolf out here. Alright, buddy, let's go smash some stuff up. This first job trial is nice and easy. He's just going to give me all of the flask charges immediately. Make sure we're shooting at the enemies from maximum range. Is he dead? Okay, yeah, he is in fact defeated. He died off screen, on the way back to his home planet. want to try our best to be cautious. Make sure we are fighting at max range when we can. He is very resistant to physical damage. Fortunately, we're shooting him with a poison bow. Let's throw up the Shadow Stalk, I guess. Just keep him distracted. Okay. Yeah, the game is so much easier when you are a ranged character. Somehow we survived an encounter with the terrifying Tum Tum Frog. What a name. You gotta feel bad for him. How could you possibly be intimidating to any other creature with a name like Tum Tum Frog? I assume that the biologists who named him were big fans of the Three Ninjas. I mean, I get it. Who hasn't wanted to have a showdown at Mega Mountain? And they knew far before many of us that Hulk Hogan was deeply evil, so there's wisdom there as well. Right, I'm not allowed to use my frog leap. I guess we'll just walk over here. Where's that last crystal? We don't need to fight these guys. There really aren't that many places that the last crystal could be, right? Boy, I sure hate the fact that you can't attack enemies that you've charmed. Okay, there we go. So, 5% crit chance or grappling hook leaves a shadow image behind. Is this even a choice? Who would ever pick the second one? I guess... Okay, the second one is for people who are using the skills from this job to do some kind of melee build, I guess? You know, it's not totally useless. You could have picked up a bunch of skills from other stuff, and then... I don't know why you would do it that way, but... Alright, so... Plus 4 core stats, plus 5% crit chance. Very, very good. Alright, I guess let's get back in here and continue climbing the ancient ruins. It's not the way I wanted to do things, but... We probably should go and look for the casino. You do want to find it as early as possible. Let's go up to, let's try to get up to Ancient Ruins 14 and do these rumors first. Then we'll go look for it. Because I'm hoping that after we do this, we can not come back to the Ancient Ruins. And I mean, to some extent, we're going to be completing that one rumor at the same time as we're doing the Ancient Ruin, as we're searching for the casino. My pet just... Oh, right. They don't give you back your pet. Naturally, you have to go and respawn him manually. So much stuff about the way you get into the job trials is so weirdly implemented. Wolf, get him! Okay, probably shouldn't just stand in the blades. Although you can never tell with, unfortunately, enemies who are both Blade Masters and Whirlwind Summoners. You have no idea when you're actually going to be able to walk out of the blades, because sometimes the whirlwinds just push you back in, although a lot of the time the whirlwinds don't push you when they touch you. You never really can tell what's going to happen. Oh, right, so I need to re-equip my passives as well. We're definitely going to leave Deadly Aim on. Do I want blood tracking? Yeah, probably. Let's keep, like, Cheat Death and Panthox Skin. We'll just leave Fat Chance off. Fat Chance is not bad. We're not that likely to die at this point in the game, so maybe Cheat Death could be left off. Honestly, Cheat Death is pretty rough. Like, it's rough to have that taking up a support slot, since there's a 50% chance it will do literally nothing in the very rare occasion where it could trigger at all. It does feel a little wasteful. That said, we're totally going to turn it on at some point here, once we get deep enough. So I know I said we were going to switch back to Wild Child when we got to the robot floors. Keep in mind, I'm talking about the robot floors where we start seeing the More like floor 17 and 18, where we start seeing the enemies that have the mortar fire. Okay, ooh, the elemental lair. We should go ahead and do this. I suppose coming up here was worthwhile. I do need to protect myself. Okay, reach the top of this lair, defeat the spirit awaiting you. Actually, this wouldn't be a bad place to be a wild child either, because I know that the lightning spirits here... You know what? You know what I might do? When we see some of those lightning spirits... I have a scroll of job change. We could just become a wild child briefly and learn their thing and then go back to town and buy a change back to Hunter. Boy, this whole place, this whole damn Tangledeep is so labyrinthine. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I'm gonna do it. Because I really want to have a lightning spell. A reliable lightning spell. Okay. I should probably turn my pet off. Do not attack. And do not use your abilities. Need to see him do a particular thing here. He's not doing it. Well, I mean, I'm sure we'll see more lightning spirits while we're here. I'm going to be slightly annoyed if I use that job change scroll for nothing, because none of the lightning spirits here actually do the thing. You know, you can just move out of the fire. Okay, there's nothing up there. It actually has seemed to be pretty low on enemies, hasn't it? Like... This is a weirdly quiet version of the elemental lair. Come on, lightning spirits. I know you're around here somewhere. Well, that's not the guy we're looking for. I don't know. I don't think there's a skill that we get from these guys. Oh, the frog thing does not jump us far enough to get over him. There we go. Ow! Perhaps you could stop attacking me. So the thing that makes us deal full damage with bows, even when we're adjacent to enemies, is a hunter class passive, so we do not have it right now. Okay, so this floor had exactly one lightning spirit. Well, that's alright. There's more. We're not done yet. Just die. Yep. Really was hoping he would die before that happened. Our pet's just gonna run on. Yep. Just gonna run into the fire on purpose for no value. You gotta wonder, is he trying to... Is this a cry for help? Is he telling me that he needs more emotionally out of our relationship than he's getting? Alright, don't fight. Do not stand in the thing. Didn't I tell you not to use your abilities? Okay, everything's fine. I apparently had toggled him one more time than I had thought at some point. Maybe over here. Nope. Never. Never the place we first look. Sometimes it seems like the Tangledeep is alive and awake and desperately trying to prevent me from making progress. Prevent me from make progress. It's gotten into my head. Even my speech patterns have become labyrinthine, which they definitely weren't before. I'm not taking any blame for this. Alright, I guess below the stairs? I think Banisher is maybe one of the lamest traits. Okay, here we go. Do not use your abilities. Do not attack anything. I'm certain. Here we go. I think this is it. No? Maybe not? I was certain the Monsterpedia said these guys had a lightning spell we could learn from. Okay, so we've seen Shock Warp, we've seen Static Charge. That was what he just did. We need him to do Lightning Circle. I don't know how to provoke him into doing that. I think we just gotta kind of like hang around and survive getting hit over and over again. Okay, that was Lightning Circle. It's just the chance of learning the thing is not actually 100%. Please use your abilities. Attack monsters I'm fighting. Also, enjoy all this sushi that we're about to eat. Okay, yeah, problem solved. So, I don't think there's anything else that we want to learn from in here. There are definitely Kragans in this area, but we don't know exactly where they are, and everything we're fighting right now, we're basically just like wasting the job points we're earning, because they are class specific. So I think I'll just go ahead and change us back right now. We picked up an ability that I actually kind of care about. So Percy, change my job for 3,300 gold, back to Hunter. Okay, let's fiddle with our bars a little bit here. So we got Thunderstorm, 80% of spirit power as lightning. Lightning continues to strike at random for 5 turns, may paralyze enemies. My spirit power is not very good. Actually, it's not that different from my weapon power. It's fine. The spell will do fine damage. Okay, so what do we want to pull? I really don't need Eagle Eye, so get off of the bar. We do want Spirit Wolf. And I think this is going to be one of those situations where we have to use both bars all the time, because we have too many abilities that are potentially relevant. I think I want to keep all the rest of this stuff on here. I'm not using the bear traps, but I should be using the bear traps. Revenge Claw is not great. It's fine, I guess. Straddle monster, hop to a nearby monster, then leap away with it to an open space, which may confuse the monster. Yeah, I don't know, because we're going to want to free up some space when we start taking on our weapon mastery. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Also, when we learn more monster abilities, we're going to have to reconfigure things some more. Oh, right. She has new rumors, but I am still at 100% rumor capacity. So to make it up to floor 14. But first, this. Alright, if we get into fights, our pet will heal himself. I'm not too worried about him being at 391. Also, the bar doesn't look very full, but 391 is actually still a lot of HP. He's just ridiculously powerful. Ah, there we go. Feels a little bit like poor sportsmanship to put it on the other side of a big lava. A big lava. You know, the biggest lava. Also, I'm a little worried about this. This could be dangerous. Oh, there's a Kragan right there. Well, I forgot the Kragans are just rock elementals. It's fine. We don't need another ability, especially another, like, physical damage ranged ability. We certainly have several of those already. Wait for him to come back. Wow, he has really long attack range, actually. Also, I have to say, it's starting to feel a little not special that all of the secret areas are just a fountain. So we need another bow for situations like this, where we run into enemies that are resistant to our bow element. What do I want to do with him? Well, I probably want to summon a wolf at him. And then I guess we can... He is not resistant to lightning. We'll do that to wake him up. We'll take a shot. He has gained the condition shocked. Did it not actually do any damage? They electrify everything they touch. So no, it does, yeah, okay, it applies the shocked debuff. I'm not 100% sure what that does. Feels like I shouldn't stand in that. Boy, our water elemental sure does love sludge. Like a little kid. Sees the opportunity to get dirty and just can't resist. Of course I want to play in the toxic mud. Why wouldn't I? Okay. We should probably take on our weapon masteries before doing the rest of our job trials. Actually, I can't remember. Do you get to use them? It might make you unequip the weapon mastery stuff since it's not from your job. I really feel like the job mastery should be maybe a little bit more about not using stuff from other jobs, a little less about only using stuff from your job. I think there's a distinction there that goes to sort of like what is exciting about the game. But clearly the designer disagrees. Alright, Dorito, I killed everything in the place, and also I stepped in lava a bunch, which I don't know, it's gotta be good for me. That feels like the kind of thing that a strict martial arts teacher would have a student do in a kung fu movie. Okay, I was in fact victorious. Give me that medium armor mastery. So we now have... While wearing medium armor, chance to dodge is increased by 1% per 8 points of swiftness to a max of 10%, and we are at that max. We have over 100 swiftness, so we have hit the cap. That's pretty good, I think. It's a lot of raw dodge chance, and then better armor tends to have... better medium armor tends to have additional dodge on it. Honestly, this is pretty good. It doesn't give us the 10% damage bonus that our samurai armor does. Also 5% physical resist to the 9% physical resist. Yeah, even though the samurai armor is 2 item ranks higher. I guess the deal is with the samurai armor, though, we could build on it. We could make it into something really cool. Yeah, maybe I want to do that instead. I like the chance to ignore negative status effects, but maybe we just want to build something out of this samurai armor. Yeah, I'd be comfortable with that. Alright, I think we'll stick with it. Okay, now we are looking for floor 14. Also, I gotta remember, why can I... Oh, because he's charmed, of course. Is there a hotkey you can hold? Alt attack. Shift attack. Alt shift attack. No. There's nothing I can do that will allow me to attack the charmed enemy. It's just like, I need him to die before I can feel comfortable moving on. I don't care that he is charmed. This is what I think of my friends. I shoot him with a bow and arrow. Anybody who's still in my life at this point has just gotten comfortable with the fact that sometimes they get shot with a bow and arrow. You know, after a while you develop thick skin, or you start wearing armor. Either way. I mean, the ancient ruins are not short on loot, right? There are chests everywhere, it feels like. And the monsters that we fight in here are not, like, particularly dangerous or anything. In terms of actual advancement by resources, the ancient ruins is a pretty good set of floors. I just hate navigating it. Okay, those are the right stairs. How much do we want to keep exploring? You know what? I don't really. I just want to get up to 14 and get out of here. Okay, one more refresher. There is a chicken dinner-loving guardian sphere. There's a small metal chest. Although now that I'm thinking, I don't even really want the woodland jerkin. At least this one is of illusion, which means bonus dodge chance. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to attack him. Hey guys, don't fight. Everybody be cool. We're just gonna give this man a chicken dinner and back off. This is one of those things where I came around the corner and I was still mashing the movement buttons. I ate a chicken dinner in front of him. Well, that's just gonna enrage him. Here, peace offering. Take it. There we go. He was willing to overlook my behavior, which I really appreciate. Somewhere around here there is a small metal chest that must be dealt with. Good work, everybody. Just stand in those fires. Really, it's an intimidation tactic. The enemies see you just standing in a fire on purpose, still attacking them, probably with a real mean dog look on your face. They're like, oh man, I don't want to mess with that. That's just up to the next level of ancient ruins. I mean, at this point, to be perfectly honest, I wonder if the smartest move in terms of advancement speed is not just to take those stairs up and get to level 16 through there. Alright, we are off the beaten path. You know, I was once an explorer like you. I waded through bogs, snuck past sleeping bandits, and got lost among the trees of this beautiful place. But one close call was enough. Now I prefer to pass on my knowledge through maps of Tangledeep I've drawn throughout my own adventures. I would love to buy some maps. Yeah, so when we use those, it just reveals the entire floor. Those are definitely useful on the higher floors, in places where wandering around starts to be very expensive. It's a really considerable enemy density here. Alright, maybe that's the last point of, the last thing of discipline we should take. We can try to get some discipline on our armor, maybe. We'll have to see exactly what we have the runic orbs for. Also, doing the Frozen Alchemy Lab will be helpful, because we will get a third set of Lucid Orb shards, which means we might actually be able to complete some of them. Okay, he's grim, he's explosive and toxic. Very resistant to water, not resistant to fire, which unfortunately we don't have many easy ways to deal. We can, of course, use double down. Stand next to him and just let him trigger the double down. Or maybe he won't. Am I cool taking this explosion to set off the double down? Not really. You know, I almost feel like we're doing the Zookeeper thing a little bit more effectively here than we were with the last character. Of course, when times got tough with the last character, we could really expand the menagerie suddenly. We're, with this one, operating at maximum pet capacity all the time. Hate it so much. Triple bolt, take that. Get electrocuted eventually. Okay, this could be our guy. It wasn't. Maybe this one? Nope. That's a large metal chest. That will never work. Well, I feel like we've seen an awful lot of floor here. Okay, there's an area in the middle, I guess. There we go. Okay, yeah, at this point, probably the smart way to continue upward is to just go up from here and reach the next branch this way. As much as I don't like running around the ancient ruins. But hold on, I should go back to town real quick. Can't use your portal here. Okay. I was hoping to do it before we potentially advance the day. But yeah, we should go back to town real quick and check out the rumors. Alright, there we go. Sure seemed like it took a long time there. I accepted that without seeing what it said, because I was pressing enter to fast forward the text. The Bandit Library near Ancient Ruins 14. Did I miss a staircase? Well, we should definitely check that out. Also, retrieve the penetrating hammer of acid for a studded vest of thorns. You know what? We'll see. I don't know what level of armor studded vest is. It sounds like medium armor, though. So who knows? It might turn out to be great for us. Right, do we have... No, not any particularly interesting scrolls this time. We can start doing our bow mastery stuff. Bow is... It is the most noble ranged weapon, that's true. First is Jumping Shot. Use it to leap to a nearby tile while firing an arrow at a random enemy at the same time. Oh good, a movement ability. I don't know where we're going to put that on our bar, but yeah, I want it. Next up is... a passive skill. Armed with this technique, you'll deal extra damage to monsters who have no nearby allies. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay, we should slot that movement ability. That sounds really useful. 100% of weapon power can crit uses your weapon's element. Yeah, it sounds great. Electrified targets lose 8% max HP per turn, and that chains to other electrified targets, so we probably want to keep this. Trying to think, like, what do we not actually use? I haven't been using bear traps. Blood Debts is an emergency skill, so we haven't been using it, but we may need to eventually. You know what? I'm going to pull Revenge Claw for it. I know this theoretically can do a lot of damage, but also it's one of those things that enemies just move out of, and yeah, let's replace that with Jumping Shot. Okay. 20% damage to isolated enemies. I'm going to assume that this means enemies that have no other enemies adjacent to them, but no other enemies around them could operate at, like, different ranges. It is at least possible that it, like, doesn't work on enemies who have other guys within 2 tiles of them or something. I wish that stuff like that was a little more explicit. Okay. Let's get this thing on. So, first of all, these guys are not resistant to lightning, so let's try out Thunderstorm. And then also, we could prep a hail of arrows. Well, you can see what I'm talking about here, with enemies just moving out of it. We'll roll some dice. And a 1 and a 5, which did what? It maybe confused some people? Okay. So where's the real guy? That's the real guy, and he has taken 0 damage. Cool, great. How about we... Now I'm going to save Jumping Shot for if we actually need to move. I guess let's just throw our high card out. Probably get most of the way toward destroying that one illusion. We'll start trying to draw ourselves a better hand. You're resistant to everything except lightning. It's always lightning with these guys. Well, we should step down here and be adjacent when we fire this off. Should also summon a new pet. Should also probably start healing. Okay, no more enemies. I am not accepting new enemies at this time. Okay. Yeah, part of the problem here is that we just have, like, new stuff constantly coming in to disrupt the fight. Really love it if we could get some focus here. Alright, let's try to get adjacent to a couple more of them. Fire off the Thunderstorm again. Fire off Another hail of arrows down. I'm going to move down a little bit. That's not him. Okay, this is the real guy. So I guess we can just hail of arrows right here. And of course, he teleported himself out. Oh, hey, I'm running out of resources, actually. Now, let's get that debuff up. And then... does Double Down... Okay, Double Down has an energy cost. Actually, a lot of these gambler things have an energy cost. It's a little inconvenient at our current moment. Apparently we need to go a little bit harder on the health regen. So only one of the enemies actually became electrified. This might be an okay... Oh, right. No energy. Could frog hop over to here. That'll get us some more healing, even. Yeah, enemies that conjure can be kind of a problem sometimes, because the fungal toads can burst damage you really, really hard. Let's also do a jumping shot. I'm just trying to, like, get clear a little bit here, so my healing stuff has time to run. Also, no, he did not parry my attack. He doesn't have arms. Right, enough. Enough of all this nonsense. Yeah, because the fungal toads have that jump-in attack that does a huge amount more damage than their normal attack does. And so sometimes, even if they're not really a danger to you, like, they're not a persistent danger to you, they just blow you up by all doing the jump at the same time. And because they get summoned in on the same turn, all their cooldowns are synced. So it will very often be all of them doing it on the same turn. Yeah, I kind of think we want to just find the stairs and go up here. Oh, man. Okay, maybe not everything you do has to hit me that hard. Probably don't have any more Makizushi. We do have some Cobbler. That'll get us a little bit of instant healing. We can use our pet to tank the water attack because it does no damage at all to him. And you are lightning vulnerable. I think it was totally worth class swapping to get a hold of that Thunder Spell. I would like to have one or two more good things to do in situations like that where we get paralyzed. I would also like it if haha you can't do stuff was maybe a less common status ailment. But what are you going to do? The ship has sort of sailed on that one. In general, I think that stuff like that, debuffs and stuff, are way more compelling as a play experience when they make you make difficult choices instead of just removing choices. Oh, the Desert Oasis. That's a good thing to open up. I suppose we ought to do that. Plus, that'll give us an easy fast travel point around here. Alright, let's go knock that out. Fortunately, this place should be pretty easy. Like, it's never difficult, but a ranged attack should make it even easier. And I guess we can start building up our samurai armor by selling it to Ruby Moon here. She can make it blue quality, and then we can figure out what we want to do with it from there. Fortunately, this one usually goes by pretty quickly. As you can tell, I am getting a little, like, There's procedural generation in the levels, but not really in the enemies. You know, the enemies in an area are always the enemies in an area. And I guess that's how these games usually go, but I will say that repeated games of Tangledeep I find wear on me a little bit faster than some other things in this genre. And I'm not 100% sure why. So I would love it if we could move on to the higher stuff a little bit faster, just because it's definitely more interesting when it's more difficult. But you spend a lot of time in Tangledeep just redoing the same totally trivial stuff over and over again. Like, I would estimate on a new character, we're probably only actually getting like a few floors of interesting play, and then we're having to do an awful lot of boring stuff on the way there, to sort of tedious stuff. And that's part of the reason that I that I do the beginnings of new characters off camera, because it really is just the same stuff that we did with other characters. At least once you start to get your abilities, you're playing a little bit differently, even if the situations that you're in are exactly the same from character to character. But at some point, even that's not quite enough. It's just kind of like it would be less of a problem if I wasn't dying, if we were actually finishing the game. So to some degree, I wonder, like, if it would be less of an issue if the game was a little bit easier. Maybe the game's not actually hard. I'm just bad at it. But, it doesn't... Those two things are not experientially all that different. Once again, really wish that summoned effects would just end when the summoner dies, because there's not really... Nothing is gained by me having to wait 5 turns for those blades to go away before I can walk forward. Alright, we just sold her a suit of samurai armor. Ooh. Sturdy boots of focus, quickness, foraging, might, and avarice. 20 swiftness, 10 discipline, 20 strength, plus 10 core stats. Yo, look at those boots! I would like very much to purchase those back from you, please. Leather armor of illusion. 11% physical resist, 11% dodge. That's interesting. What other medium armor here? Woodland jerkin of sheltering. Ooh, sheltering's a nice trait. Studded vest is item rank 3, so it's going to be a little bit less good. It actually has a fair amount of physical resist, though. And physical damage reduction in general. Samurai armor of treasures, that's a shame. A real shame that's what our samurai armor became. We're still wearing a suit, so let's take that off and sell it to her as well, I guess. See if that comes out any more interesting. Yeah, none of the other stuff we sold or transformed into anything. I'm pretty sure we can't just sell it to her while we're still wearing it. Yes, I do want to sell my one unequipped gear. Oh, we should also buy the swirly pop. She made it another samurai armor of treasures. Well, okay. Maybe we want to swap over to this leather armor of illusion, because with this, we're going to have a very significant dodge chance. I would really like to get some samurai armor built up into something good, but like of treasures is a total waste of space. I guess let's buy this and also one of the samurai armors back. That's not... Hand's not in right place to type. I think we'll wear this for right now. I don't know. Maybe we'll never do anything with that, but we may as well have it, right? It's not like the gold means anything to us. And this we're going to equip over... Probably over the soothing panpipes. As much as I want to get rid of the charm, because it really is annoying. This is 23 swiftness and 23 guile and also 8 of everything else. Yeah, that's the right move. I just hate the charm effect. I wish I could just disable that part of it. Oh well, we'll find something better for that slot eventually. Alright, let's jump back to town here, let's clean up whatever town stuff we have to do, and then we can call the episode. This has been a productive one, though. We made a lot of distance here, learned a lot of things, gained a lot of job points. Actually, speaking of having gained a lot of job points, right? 810. What does the next level of job mastery cost? Skirmisher, a passive skill. You will occasionally shut down an enemy's ability with a well-timed arrow. Okay, and then the fourth thing you learn is always the zero-cost, super powerful ability for your weapon. An 18% chance to just interrupt enemy abilities without doing anything. Hey, that seems pretty extremely great, actually. Bow is definitely one of the better weapons, just by, like, mastery class. And then, of course, also, it being ranged helps. You have anything fun? Teleportation scroll, hell yeah. I'll take that, that's very exciting. And do we have room for rumors? We do not. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and clear out the frozen research alcove and try to find the casino off camera, I think, because that's not necessarily something that's going to be super fun to watch. So this is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back later today, maybe? There's definitely one more episode coming out this week. I don't know exactly when. To see if the casino turns up anything fun for us, and also maybe some actual forward progress. And we'll see you then.